Hi guys, welcome. Okay, so this is the first live stream of the day. I have about an hour and then I have to go pick up my brother, but I'll be back on again later. So let's see how many questions we can get through now, and then I'll come back on later and we'll see what we can do then. And I could be on again this afternoon and then also again tonight. We'll see how that works. All right. All right, so let's see. The first person here is Valeria. Wants a love reading. Okay. Let's have a look at what's going on for Valeria. Life is changing very quickly. The Eight of Rods, life changes fast. Somebody comes in who's very prepared and they have money. And you're going to feel like balance has been restored to your life when this person shows up. They're going to take you to a crossroads and they're going to be pursuing you. So if you've been feeling regret or sorrow over something that happened in the past, it's going into the past. You got much better times coming up ahead. Much better times. All right. We are up to Inez. What's the outcome of me and Sultan's relationship? Okay. All right, what's going on with Sultan? Okay, so I can't tell you that this is going to be like the final end of the chapter, but this is like what's coming in next. So it looks like one of you is going to have an offer in front of you that you just aren't seeing. So he may not realize how you feel about him, or you may not be realizing how he feels about you. You know, sometimes people, their actions are just what's going on in their heart, they're just not displaying it. And this would be that kind of card where maybe you're just not seeing it or they're acting funny. But there's a lot of passion around this relationship, and you're going to feel like you made it to the top of the mountain. It's not going to be free of arguments and crisis. There's still going to be more to come. But he comes in out of the blue. If you haven't seen or spoken to him, you're going to hear from him out of the blue. And he's going to be working hard either on coming back or reconnecting with you. And that goes up even higher if he's a water sign, because you got a water sign around you. If not, a water sign is coming in, which will have nothing to do with him. It's just somebody else that comes in with an offering or an interest, and that would be a Pisces, Scorpio, or a Cancer. Okay. Marth. Well, the teacher asked a lot about the 2E chapter. Okay. Well, the teacher asked a lot about the 2E chapter. You only got one ace. You only have one ace, so it's like a 33% chance that there's going to be a lot on that chapter. You also have the 10 of Cups and the Strength card, which would kind of indicate to me that if this is a test of some type, you're going to do well on it, regardless of if you kind of, glazed over that chapter. But I still would put a little effort in because you can't study too much. But I think you're going to be okay. Emrys, general reading, okay. Walking away from things that no longer serve you. The world is at your feet and you have a bunch of new opportunities coming in out of the blue that may deal with bringing you in a great substantial amount of money. If you've been feeling like you've been working really hard and not seeing a payoff, that's going to change. There's also an opportunity coming in to possibly travel across seas. Inez. Well, I passed my upcoming 3 exams. Okay. We're going to pass these 3 examples. Okay, so I got here a 70% chance that you pass all of them with 2 aces, but the 9 of Pentacles is here, which brings that up higher. I think you're going to pass them. I think you're going to pass them. You should be okay. Okay, let's go back up to the top. Donita wants a career reading, okay. Wow. Okay, life changes fast for you too. You could have a career change out of the blue or a job offering come in out of the blue. This is usually a relationship that's built on solid ground. So it could be a solid company, a stable job, or like say for example, you've been working as a temp at a company. The company could offer you a permanent position with good money when that card shows up. Use your intuition. If it doesn't sit right with you, don't take it. It looks like you may be a little bit worried about things, but you're going to have some choices coming up. So you don't have to settle for the first offer that you get, because I think there's going to be more coming in. Life is going to move forward fast in 2020. You also have the Magician here, which means you can manifest anything you want. So put out into the universe exactly what you want, and let's see what happens. Because you could get what you want rather than having to settle for something that's like mediocre. There's the readings for 2020 have been really good. So I'm thinking a lot of people in 2020 are going to be pretty happy. Okay. Sharda, what's to come for Damien and I? Okay. All right, so it looks like out of the blue, he comes in with an offering of love, or he's trying to hook up or do something. At the same time, somebody from your past comes back and puts you in a predicament. You're not sure whether or not you want to move forward with the guy from the past, or you want to move forward with Damien. You may be feeling a little bit weak and overwhelmed, but there's happiness around you and Damien, so you may choose him. You might choose him. It looks like somebody's going to come in and try to like, block him. But you may not choose the blocker. You may choose Damien. Looks like he's coming in with an offering. I'm up to SS. Will any of my office friends come to my birthday? Okay, let's see. Office friends coming out. I think so. Okay, so I didn't get any aces, so I can't give you a percentage, but I'll tell you what the cards say. So the first card is the Six of Swords, which would indicate leaving something in the past behind, or this could also be indicating that you're traveling across seas. So that's what it's showing around your birthday or maybe before the end of the year. It looks like on your birthday, you got the wish card here, so put it out into the universe. I do think that you're going to have some people from work show up at your birthday. You know, people are funny because sometimes, like, the people that you don't expect to show up, and the people that you would have sworn would have been there, like, they, like, flake off. So with this card, somebody is definitely showing up. You're going to have at least some. And there's a fire sign that of your coworkers, you should have a fire sign that shows up. A Leo, Sagittarius, or an Aries. Yeah, people are very interesting. Like the people that you think you can count on don't always show up. And then random people all of a sudden, they come. But it looks like it's going to be a good time. Afia. What is Linford's current feelings about me? Okay. How's Linford feeling right now? All right. So he's very attracted to you. Now, this card could also mean that he's dealing with some type of an addiction or earthly pleasure or something that he's indulging in that may not be best for him. But what it's showing with you and him is that he's going to be working hard on reconnecting with you, and there's a soulmate connection here. Excuse me, you may be feeling like in the past there was a betrayal, or he stabbed you in the back, or he just didn't live up to his expectations. I think he's going to try to put that in the past and move forward. It shows focus. So I don't know what's going on with him, but he could be, like, I don't want to say going out on a bender, but like sometimes people just do things that like are not in their best interest. Like it could be if he's a drinker, he could go out on a bender, or it could be if he likes to spend money, he could be buying himself some fancy gifts, and that's what's occupying his time. But the devil is usually earthly pleasures. It's also sexual attraction between the two of you. Okay, let's go back up to the top. Kimmy Roberts wants a love reading. Okay. Use your intuition. High Priestess. So it's important for you to be connected to your intuition. Your intuition is really strong right now. It looks like life is going to be changing pretty quickly after a period of stagnation. So 8 of Wands is in reverse, which means things have been the same for a while. And then all of a sudden with the Hangman in reverse, things pick up pace. You have a Taurus coming in here who may be a little bit confrontational and argumentative. But make your wish, you're going to get what you want. And I think that once you get to know this person, you're going to click with them. Sometimes that happens. The person comes in and you absolutely hate them, and then all of a sudden things change. They may come off a little bit tougher than they are. Hale wants a love reading. Okay. What's going on for Hale? You got a water sign coming in. A water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer comes in, and maybe somebody that you were once involved with, because it looks like you lay down the law with them and you don't stand for any bullshit. I mean, it could be somebody new too. You could be like, listen, I've been through this, that, and the next thing with everyone else in the past, and I'm not reliving it again. So either step up to the plate or go take a hike. And it looks like balance. It looks like balance gets restored to your life. Hangman is also in reverse here for you, so it looks like life is going to pick up. You're gonna start moving forward fast. And it does show that you may be feeling a little sorry or regretful over something that happened in the past. Don't let the past hold you back. Don't take the past into the future. Leave it there. It's done. It's over with. Crystal, why did I lose passion from Eric? Okay. What's going on here? Well, it looks like you and him had a good connection. I mean, there's a soulmate connection here between the two of you. And it looks like you at one point did have the happy home. The Chariot is here, which things may have moved forward pretty quickly for the two of you. But it looks like at some point he may have either betrayed your trust or did something betraying. And after all the work that you put into it, he maybe took it for granted and it just dies. This is probably the most common theme that I see across the board. I was just saying last night, it happened to one of my friends. She was with this guy for many years, and then she got really sick with something and she was in a bad place. And through the whole year that she was recovering from this illness, she felt like he wasn't really there for her. And she kind of just got over it. It wasn't the kind of thing where it was a dramatic, they broke up and she was crying and he was cheating. It wasn't like that. It was like, like it just faded away. And the thing is that what happens, and it happens like I'm going to say 99 times out of 100, the woman has finally had enough, and they're just like, they're not angry. You see, at least if you're angry, there's some kind of emotion there. But they're like, I just don't care anymore. And I don't care. You know, do what you want to do. I don't care anymore. And then it's the guy that, even though this is his fault because he never did the right thing and he took her for granted, he's the one that's suffering. And it happens, I'm going to say it happens to almost everyone. I mean, there are occasions where people, you know, they lie, they cheat, there's a big dramatic thing. But when this is like over and you're past it and you're done, there's usually no going back. At least from what I've seen. You know, it's like even with the guy that I dated off and on for 10 years, as a human being, I love him. He's probably one of my closest friends. He always makes me laugh. I mean, I love talking to him, but I don't ever want to be with him again. Like, it's just not there anymore. It's like I gave you all I had. You mistreated me, or you never lived up to the potential that you had. And then once it was done, you know, he was like, well, how come we can't, you know, well, how about if I come over and, well, I don't think so. All right. All right. Wait a minute. I think I lost my spot here. Oh, I did that about the tests. I did the SS one. I did a FIA. That was Crystal. Okay, SS. Is AB or SF or SH be in my birthday night out? Okay. All right, let me ask it. Will AB be coming to the birthday night? I think AB does. Now, who's the other person? Will SF come to the birthday night? I think that person does too, the last person. Will SH come to the birthday night out? I'm not so sure about that last person. I think the first two people will come. Maurice, I'm in a job I hate, but I can't afford to quit. What do you see for me, or any advice on how I can deal with coworkers being unfriendly? Okay. All right. So when you deal with people, I had this issue last winter. When you deal with somebody that's difficult, what you want to try to do is change the way you think about them. And it can be really difficult. And for me, in my situation, it changed because I think I was more focused on getting out of it than I was on fixing it. But this is what you do. You know, I have a friend of mine who I work with, who told me this years ago, and I didn't believe her. I kind of thought that she was like a pinhead. I was like, yeah, that's pinhead. That doesn't work. But she told me that, and she's someone who doesn't talk about herself at all. So we got into talking about the law of attraction, and she said it absolutely does work. And she said that after her divorce, her husband left her with $22 in her account. That's what he left her. She said $1 for each year that they were married. And she said that she had no choice but to take a job that she hated. The pay sucked, and her boss was terrible to her. But she couldn't afford to quit. She had 2 children, and she had no choice, but she had to continue to work. So what she did was instead of focusing on how much she hated him, she focused on him, even though she didn't believe it in the beginning, how wonderful he was to her. So she said every morning when she got up, she said, I love my job. I love my boss. He treats me like gold. And she said that she did this every day. And she just went into work with that attitude. So she said it took a little while, but after a couple of weeks, he started to change the way he treated her. And she said that till this day, They are still the best of friends. She doesn't work there anymore. Her life has moved on. She's in a so much better place. That was years ago. I mean, her kids are grown now. But she said that even when she had trouble, like with her sons when they were in high school, you know, kids could be a pain in the ass. It was this guy that helped her out a lot. And he was a really supportive figure for her and the kids. So, and she really believes it was because she changed her attitude as to, you know, instead of going into work in the morning dreading it, she went into work feeling like, I'm lucky I have this job. I'm lucky to be earning money. My boss respects me. My boss takes care of me. And she says, till this day, she goes, I can call him up and ask him to help me with anything, and he'll be the first person there. And she really believes it's because she changed her attitude about him. Now, it sounds good when you're saying it from someone else, right? It's like, well, she did it, but it's hard when you're having those emotions where you're like, I hate this bitch. Like, I've been in that situation where I'm like, this bitch ruins my whole day. So it takes some time to change that. Like, no, she's going to reflect back to me what I believe about her. She likes me. We get along great. And you try to go in with that kind of an attitude. And don't get discouraged if it doesn't happen in one day. It usually takes a little bit of time. And then as far as changing jobs, listen, we spend a lot of time at work. It's an absolute sin to have to be at a job that you hate. And I mean, I understand you can't afford to quit, because I've never been in the situation where I could afford to quit either. What I did was, when I decided that I wanted to teach yoga and I wanted to teach it full time, I figured a way where I saved up my vacation time, so I was able to take off the time to do the training. And when I started teaching, I took classes around my schedule. Now, at the time, I was working two jobs, a 9 to 5 job, and then part-time at A&P at night, which was about 30 hours a week at the time. And my hours at A&P were usually like 5 to 10, not 5 to 10, 6 to 10 or 6 to 11. And I worked on the weekends too. So what I did was I put it out there that I would take any classes that they would give me. And they would give me classes like 6:30, from 6:30 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. So I would go teach class from 6:30 to 7:30, go work at my full-time job, go to A&P at night. The nights that I didn't work at A&P, I would teach. And then what happened was I just put this out into the universe. At this point, I was making good money with all the jobs. I was scared to death to quit my day job because I had health benefits there. I had a 401k. It was reliable. I had a lot of sick time and vacation time. So I just put it out into the universe that I want to teach yoga full time. That's what I want to do. And I started teaching in March of 2011. In June of 2012, I got laid off from that company. So that's how it worked out for me. I just put it out there. This is what I want to do. I didn't leave the parking lot. I didn't leave the parking lot of that company before I texted the manager at yoga and said, listen, I just got laid off. Any classes that are open, I don't care where they are or what time they are, I'll take them. Let me know. And that's how I did it. And I've been teaching yoga full time ever since. So I totally get it. So my suggestion would be to find something that you love and figure a way to work it into your schedule without having to quit that job. And it can be anything. It can be a YouTube channel. It can be, if you love to bake, you like to cook, set up your camera, make a YouTube channel, start cooking, start baking, get it out, give it to people as gifts, and then they'll start placing orders. That's how people start. That was a big, long, windbag thing. But that's my story, and maybe it can help. So good luck. And I was one of those people that was really stuck in the box. I couldn't see my way out for the life in me. Okay, Alyssa, general reading for 2024. Okay. Right. Well, it looks like in 2024, you're going to have to be a little bit more on top of your intuition. Your intuition is strong, and it looks like you're not paying too much attention to it. It also looks like you have love coming in with a fire sign that may be a little bit tumultuous. Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo. Inevitably, towards the end of the year, you do get happiness, but it shows that there could be a lot of tumultuous crap happening in 2024 between you and this love. And then towards the end of the year, you could get a good opportunity for a new job coming in. So I think watch out for this tumultuous affair that you could be having. Um, SS. I think if I skipped anyone first. I think I'm up to SS. Okay. SS. How does B feel as there is no talk or eye contact? Okay. B feels like this guy comes off really cocky. He feels like he has choices and that he's okay. He also feels like at some point he put in a lot of hard work and he didn't see a payoff. Now, I don't believe that that's true. I don't think he put in enough effort, but that's what he's thinking. It also looks like, I mean, he's definitely noticed, and he's definitely like he's kind of cocky about it. He's like, yeah, well, I do things my way, or I go with the flow, or everything will be fine, it'll work out. He doesn't seem to be stepping up and making an effort to fix things just yet. So you get two choices. You could just let him, be a jerk, or you can try to fix it. You could reach out to him. Sheetal. How's the Capricorn feeling? Okay. Capricorn feels like he put in a lot of work, didn't see a lot of effort on your part, and he feels kind of rejected, and he wants to move forward with somebody who's going to give him what he wants. I think that this Capricorn wants to settle down. Use your intuition when dealing with him. If he's somebody that you want to be with, I think that you're going to be the one that's going to have to step up to the plate to try to correct this. Crystal, when will me and Eric break up? Okay. Four days, 4 weeks, 4 months, the month of April, more than likely sometime this winter with the diamonds. The thing is that I don't think he's going to break up with you. I think you're going to have to do it. I think that he's pretty complacent with the way where things are. Okay. Oh, I skipped Malika. Okay, Malika. How will December be for me and Michael? Do you see us spending a lot of time together? Okay. The beginning might be a little rough because this is in reverse, and it looks like he's got to make a decision to come forward. The Nine of Cups is in reverse, which means like the first half of the month may not be so great, but I think towards the middle to the end of the month, balance comes back and you start spending a little bit more time together. So if if things are a little sluggish the first half of the month, don't get upset by it and don't overreact to it. Just kind of let it be, because I think things are going to clear themselves by the end of the month. All right, that was Malika. We are up to Marth. Aries, thoughts around me today. Okay. He's undecided. Yeah, the Two of Swords in reverse. He's undecided. And he's feeling a little stuck about you today. He's unprepared to move forward. The Two of Wands is in reverse. And so is the Magician. He may be down in the dumps today over something that happened, or, you know, it could just be him, but like he's a little down in the dumps. All right. All right. We are up to Coco. How did Kay feel about me sending her flowers for her sister's birthday? Okay. Well, you got the Strength card and the Ace of Wands in reverse. So she may be feeling a little bit weak right now and a little bit like could be surprised and uncertain. She's not sure. She thinks it was a nice gesture, but the Four of Wands is in reverse. So she's kind of like not sure what to think. Yeah, she's a little bit like backwards and forwards. She's her own worst enemy, for sure. She's her own worst enemy. Okay. J Mac, what are Caitlin's thoughts and feelings for me now? All right, we got air signs and water signs here. If either one of you are either an air sign, a Libra, Aquarius, or a Gemini, somebody else is a water sign, a Pisces, Scorpio, or a Cancer, they're both showing up here. So it's showing that she is a little bit worried, but she thinks that there's a fated meeting that's going to happen between the two of you, or something's going to happen that's meant to be. There's also celebration around your relationship with her. So whatever is going on right now, it looks like things are going to be improving. Rebecca, how did Scott feel about me? Oh, Scott's somebody from the past. Okay, let's see. How did Scott feel? He cared very deeply about you. He actually thought that there was something meant to be between you and him. And I'm not so sure that he's given up on this yet. If he's an air sign, he could be coming back. A Libra, Aquarius, or a Gemini. He's undecided about coming back because I think he fears rejection, but I don't think that he's over this yet. High vibration. How attractive does our dish find me? He's very attracted to you. Definitely very attracted to you. June, Troy's thoughts about me today. No talk for 4 days. Okay. So the first thing I want everyone to do that's waiting to hear from someone or who hasn't heard from somebody is to stop counting the days and the minutes. Because the more you focus on, well, we haven't spoken in 4 days, then it's like tomorrow, it's like, okay, we haven't spoken in 5 days. Lack attracts lack. So forget that. Doesn't make a difference. He could reach out to you right now. He could be trying to call you right now. All right, how's Troy feeling? Wow, he's feeling very weak. He's feeling very weak. He feels sort of like the loser here, and he feels like the foundation was shaken from him. He's going to be working hard to fix this coming up. So hang in there and don't count the time. Don't count the days or the minutes. Who cares? He could reach out to you right now. High vibration wants a 2020 general reading. Okay. General reading for 2020. You get a wish that comes true that restores balance back to your life that leads to the happy home. You're going to have a couple of vacations and you may be spending a lot of time with an earth sign, a Taurus, Virgo, or a Capricorn. All right, let me go back up to the top. Diane wants a love reading with Khaled. I want to know his feelings. Okay. He's feeling a little bit stuck right now. He's not working hard on this connection at all with the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. And if you haven't heard from him, it could be a minute again before you hear from him because the Knight of Swords is in reverse. You may be feeling like you're waiting here for your ship to come in, but eventually he's going to get off of his butt and he's going to reach out and he'll be prepared to move forward. And you may be feeling a little bit more victorious. It may take some time though. Like right now, he's kind of like sinking in quicksand. But I think that's going to change within the next couple of weeks. Okay. Let me go back up to the top. Oh, I'm okay. I have to take this test. I'm taking this urine test. I know it might be TMI, but it's a 24-hour test because they want to make sure that there's no protein in my urine. I was telling the group last night. So I'm going to be home for most of the day I have to go and teach at the school. I not teach at the school, but I work at the school for just 2 hours this afternoon, and then I'm going to come back. So I'm going to try to, do a lot of live chats because my blood pressure was a little high yesterday. So they want to just make sure that I don't have or I'm not going into preeclampsia. And I have this bucket, So tomorrow morning, I got someone to cover my 6 a.m. class so that I can finish the test here. I don't want to travel around with a bucket, So it's interesting. But anyhow, I got to remember to use the bucket. So it's sitting on top of the toilet. It's not a bucket. It's like a whatever it is. But anyway. But I'm okay. I hope you're okay too, SARS. Rebecca, will anything ever happen with us, Scott and I, in the future? Okay. Scott coming back from the past and moving into the future. There's definitely more to come. You got 2 aces here, which is 70%. You also have the Lover's card. So there's more to come from this. I'm just going to take another quick look at something here. Hang on. The Queen. Now, the spades would be before the end of the fall. The Queen could be sometime before the end of the year. One of you may be feeling very burdened, and the other person feels like they have a little bit more strength around them. But there's definitely more to come, and you have a wish around you. So if you want this person back or you want another opportunity, put that out into the universe because you can get what you want. Okay. Let me go back up to the top. Me hack. Do you see me and the ex-Libra friendship getting strong in 2020? Okay. Definitely. You got great potential for that happening in 2020. Definitely. Afia, what's coming towards me in the near future? Okay. You got an offering of love coming in. You got a spiritual connection with somebody around you that makes you feel very victorious. And use your intuition. You're no longer going to be crying over what's gone on in the past. You're going to be moving forward. You're making a decision to leave the past in the past and move forward. You have an air sign around you, a Libra, Aquarius, or a Gemini, and the relationship will be built on solid ground with the Queen of Swords and the Three of Pentacles. So that's what's coming in next. Lena, what is holding me back as of now? Okay. Well, it shows here that you have a lot of choices around you. So I don't know what's holding you back because there are plenty of opportunities around you. The Lover's card is in reverse. Oh, excuse me. Which could indicate that either a past love is holding you back or your feelings for the past love is holding you back. But things are not going to be stagnant for long because the Chariot is here. So you're going to start moving forward pretty quickly. You have a new offering of love coming in, and you also have a creative endeavor on the horizon. So you may be feeling like you're being held right back right now, but I think that this is a temporary standstill. If these choices have not been presented to you yet, they're coming. And I don't think you're going to turn them down. I really don't. All right, let's go back up to the top. Jessica A. Are the Pisces intentions to try to get back with me when they return? Okay, let's see. Yep. But you know what? They may not be so upfront about it. Like they may come in, act cool. They may not come right back in with the love confession. So, but that's what their intentions are. Let them have their moment. June wants to know, should I contact Ethan again for a friendship? Okay. It looks like you might be feeling like you put in a lot of work and you didn't see a payoff. You put more into the relationship than this person. You got a 70% chance that you should, but it's the same old thing. Like one of my friends used to say to me that her father used to say to her all the time, you have a couple of good friends, right? And those people you can count on. And then the rest of the people, you know what you know about them. You can still be friends with them, but you know who you can trust, you know who you can rely on, and you know who you can't. Now, I have a friend, I talk about him all the time. I even talk about him in my yoga class because he really just grinds my gears. He is the kind of person, first of all, I lent him $100 years ago, and I would never lend somebody money if I was desperate to get it back. Like he was in a bad way, I lent him the money. And then there was a moment in time where I really needed the 100 back. And I was like, that 100 that you borrowed from me like 5 years ago, do you happen to have it? Oh yeah, call me when you get out of work and I'll meet you and I'll give you the money back. Never answers his phone, never texts me back. He's just a dick like that. Like that's just who he is. He is the kind of person that he could call me right now and be like, I need help. I need you. I got to talk to somebody, calling sick and come here right now. But meanwhile, I could wait my whole life waiting for him to bring me back that $100 and I'm never going to see it. And it's not about the $100. It's about that when you need something, I'm there for you. When I need something, you tell me you're going to do it, but you don't. I would rather have someone tell me to drop dead than tell me that you're going to come and you're going to give it to me and I'm relying on you. So my point here is, you can keep this person in your life, but you got to know who you can rely on. There are people in my life, like one of my friends, I said to him the other day, You could tell me to meet you at the gazebo in the park on April 1st, 2022. And if I don't speak to you between now and then, I'm going to be there. And I know you'll be there too. There are other people that I'll be like, I'll meet you tomorrow for lunch. And I know that they're not showing up. So it's your decision as to whether or not you want to have this person in your life. You know what they're capable of, and you know what you expect from people, and it depends on what you want to deal with. Lena, General 2020. Oh, you got the Wheel of Fortune here. The first card is the Wheel of Fortune and then financial stability. Spin the wheel. Something destined is going to happen for you in 2020 that's going to take your life in a new direction. There's a Taurus here. There's also a water sign. These two people may be coming in with an offering of love. It's either that or it's a spiritual connection with the water sign, which would be a Pisces, Scorpio, or a Cancer. Feeling like your life moves ahead really quickly. I think 2020 is going to be a hot year for a lot of us. I keep saying that. All right, let me go back up. Oh, I see one here from RRKK. Okay, so I made the minimum 199 just because it's really hard for me to go through and try to find the question after the super chat was missed. But I know that some people have not been on here and they don't know that yet, so I'm going to just answer it really quickly. Will he come back with a commitment in 2020? Okay, I'm going to answer it really quickly. I mean, I don't want to ignore anyone that super chatted, but it takes a whole lot of time for me to go looking for the questions and then find my place. He comes back in 2020, definitely. He comes back in 2020, but you have Temperance in reverse, which could possibly mean that he doesn't come back as the same person, or you're kind of over it at that point. He's coming back. I'm going to be curious to see what happens in 2020. All right, let's go back up to the top. Divine Girl, what does Varun feel for me? Okay. This person is very attracted to you and you have a wish around them. Now, I don't know what their sign is, but you have an air sign here, Libra, Gemini, or an Aquarius. You also have somebody returning from your past. If there's somebody from your past, they're coming back. If not, somebody from your past is coming back, and it could be a fire sign, or a fire sign comes in as well. Leo, Sagittarius, or an Aries. Sorry, he's leaning up against the thing and scratching his chin. Dylan. He's really scratching that chin. Come over here, buddy. All right, he's done. You're going to be feeling like you made it to the top of the mountain. You also may be feeling a little bit more in control now that you have all these choices.